Well, it didn't take that long for the Chinese to go in there and fill the gap that the Americans recklessly left. China is our new main partner, says Taliban spokesperson. What, did he tweet it out there, or did he get a CNN interview? Did he get a time slot or some shit? I don't fucking know. A Taliban spokesperson has praised Beijing as a main partner and financier. No shit. Who's shocked by that? Raise your hand. If you did, today's Sunday. It's a nice day, and I won't be saying anything too detrimental. Nothing that the Taliban wouldn't engage in. How about that? Pretend yourself to be a member of the LGBT community and be in Afghanistan during an Islamic caliphate. There you go. Connect the dots. Like your head against a sidewalk outside of a 10-story building. As the group moves to build a national governance and develop Afghanistan's economy. I just about said China's economy, but don't worry. All of those natural resources, all that fucking opium that's out there in the fields, the hundreds of millions of tons of opium that'll just go ahead and flood the rest of the Western world, Eastern world, Southern world, Northern world. Fucking, we're gonna have stoned penguins if these motherfuckers had their way, because they're gonna be exporting it like a motherfucker. The one belt, one road strategy. Afghanistan's biting in whole hogs, so I guess they're joining up with their former financiers to go ahead and enrich everybody's current benefactors, the Chinese Communist Party. China is our main partner and represents for us a fundamental and extraordinary opportunity because it is willing to invest and rebuild our country after we broke it all down by taking it over with our violent insurrection last month. You stupid Americans. Taliban spokesperson, what? The letters and phlegm told Italian newspaper La Repubblica on September 1st. Mkhada made the remarks as a militant group, which took over Afghanistan in dramatic fashion earlier this month, celebrated the final withdrawal of American troops from the country, putting an end to the 20-year-long conflict, which they are none the worse for. Actually, you know what? They're in a better position now than they were in 2001, when Biden was just a lowly senator from Delaware and voted for every stupid proposition that every one of those fucking neocons and neolibs. It really doesn't matter. Horseshoe theory is in full effect here. They all just want to continue to print money into the future, and don't worry, your main cash cow in the Middle East, yeah, she's fucking gone now. All because your dimmest bulb ended up achieving the highest honor a American can attain. Totally legally and legitimately, of course. 81 million votes, can't be wrong. But money has become a pressing concern for the Taliban after the United States blocked the group from accessing billions of Afghan assets held in U.S. bank accounts. You can start by selling some of that military equipment that you have, a few billions of dollars there. While the World Bank and International Monetary Fund each are suspending funding to Afghanistan. In all seriousness, that's the best way you do this, and that's what you should be doing with every other fucking negligible country around the world. Turn off the water hose that just keeps feeding them fucking money. How about that? Just go... There. Good. It's gone. And then they'll start fucking acting right, and they'll start flying straight, not flying a white flag. Sorry, France. With cash running short, the Taliban appears to be in place to bet on Beijing. They already said that they're going to be recognizing the Taliban, and China doesn't play by anybody else's rules except for their own. So guess what? Yeah, they're just going to go ahead and fill that void, which in recent days have signaled a readiness to build ties with the group. Yeah, we've been talking about that for a while, but okay. It's not the first time that they've made relations. Just go back and check some of the old content. At the end of the video, there will be a documented history of all the times that we talked about Afghanistan. Fall of Afghanistan, I think that's the name of the playlist. Taliban and China have been working hand in hand for a long time on this one. Mahadada said the Taliban has been very keen on China's Belt and Road Initiative. Of course, trillions of dollars of fucking money is flowing through that strategy right there. You just take a look at all of the countries around the world. In fact, it's probably easier to name the countries that aren't currently involved in the Belt and Road strategy. It's fucking evil, and it serves to only enrich China. It puts their tendrils in everyone's economy around the world, and at a moment's notice, whenever they want to do something, they can just go ahead, yank the purse strings, and then guess what? All of these corporations will just go, no, Chinese money. Why do you think Disney puts in those special fucking scenes in there and then edits their already shit films to absolute dog shit? Which is a delicacy in some parts of China. mostly because you can't get anything else for nourishment. But no, why did they put those special provisions in place? All to placate China, to get 40% of the money that you make over there. Real fucking sweet deal. While Afghanistan is a formal member of BRI, no projects have started under the plan. Yeah, unless they get into the fucking broom and dustpan industry. Like, there's nothing to really fucking work with right now. Right now, though. Got plenty of poppies in the field and a whole bunch of rare earth minerals that all of these warhawks, that's what they were actually after. It wasn't about ever helping Afghanistan. It was all about pillaging the natural resources that are there. So now they're China's. Yeah, but according to this fucking terrorist, China, he added, is our gateway to markets around the world. No shit. Oh, but on a September 2nd call with Wu Jianhao. That sounds like a name Bart Simpson would call up Mo Sizlak with at the fucking bar. Like, seriously. In the call with Abdul Salam Hanafi, a senior member of the Taliban negotiating team. God, they're awfully fucking organized for being just a small group of unorganized terrorists. That's what we were told by Biden, right? Called China Afghanistan's trustworthy friend. Ah, yes, very nice. They rub each other wrong time. According to a readout from the Chinese Foreign Ministry, you should probably take that with a bucket of salt, dash of soy sauce, whatever. Hanafi expressed wish to actively support and participate in the BRI project that he said will contribute to the region's prosperity. To foster Afghanistan's China friendship, Hafani vowed that the Taliban will absolutely not allow any forces to threaten Chinese interests, my friend. An implicit reference to Uyghur militants, who Beijing may fear launch assaults into Xinjiang, a region that hosts many, many, many concentration camps. Chinese regime has pledged assistance to Taliban-ruled Afghanistan. In a Wednesday press conference, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Weibin described the Taliban's control of the country as a new page in history. No, it's an old page. It's just, one of those shitty reboots that's out there. Taliban has promised to form an inclusive government. Next story. Made reference to this a couple of times, but had a tough time tracking down any, tangible evidence, because I just thought that this was kind of hearsay at the moment, and I didn't believe the name of the operation, but this is the group of former military servicemen and women who went behind enemy lines in Afghanistan in order to extract people that the American forces were not quite so willing to do, and because we know that there are still hundreds of people there and service dogs that are definitely well being taken care of. You can believe the fucking Taliban spokespeople if you like, and all of the other assets that are still behind enemy lines. Pineapple Express to launch Phase 2 for Americans left in Afghanistan. Yes, it's Operation Pineapple Express. I didn't think that was the real thing, and these are the people involved. Pineapple Express crew that rescued 12,000 people so far, and now they're launching a second effort. As you can see, man, these are just guys who fucking went in there and got shit done. It's impressive. It really is. Pineapple Express, a network of special operations veterans and contacts on the ground who came together to evacuate American citizens and Afghan allies, is moving to the next phase of their operations, getting the hundreds of Americans left behind in Afghanistan to safety. Again, man, why do we need the government for anything at this point? Private sector always does it better, especially in this day and age. We're having to move from what was a very network-centric starfish kind of thing to way more of a deliberate recovery that focuses on two things: moving people to safety, getting them immediately out of harm's way from retribution and targeting, and then ultimately some of them to freedom, said Scott Mann, a retired Green Beret who co-founded the Pineapple Express. Imagine that, a plan to get people out of Afghanistan that sounds simple enough to execute, simple enough not to forget, and easily implementable. Imagine that. If only the generals could have come up with something like that, almost like it was planned. Categorically, we're looking at American citizens who are still in the couples of hundreds, at least, that are still in the country, he said in an interview with Breitbart. He said that they are also looking to aid Afghan partner forces, at-risk Afghans, innovators in democracy and the arts, women, I like how that's not front and center, prosecutors, judges, and young girls who have participated in nonprofit art endeavors. Yeah, because there was a story of a ban being put on music in Afghanistan. Not even like certain music, not like trap or mumble rap, but like the entire fucking thing. No music in Afghanistan. Taliban, inclusive. New face for them, right? Nobody else is coming, he said. Thank God, not just fucking swaths of people on fucking cargo planes that definitely aren't terrorists and have definitely been thoroughly vetted. Man did not detail exactly what those plans were. Yeah, because he doesn't want to fucking tip anybody off. Because as sure shit as I'm reading this article, the Taliban have already been through it with various levels of success. Because how much reading experience can you get in fucking caves? Let's be honest. But he said his teammates would rely on networks in place for years and years. Green Berets are good at working by, with, and through indigenous populations and cultures. And we don't have to be on the ground to get things done, you know? And that's the bottom line. What's his name? What's his name again? Because Scott Mann said so. What? We're going to go in, we're going to get people. What? We're going to take artists. What? We're going to take... That was fun. Pineapple Express helped to get about 700 Americans and Afghans inside Kabul airport in 3 days using a Shepherd concept. What? Mann said former special operators, used their contacts in and outside of Afghanistan to get people inside. What? He said he even received calls from inside the White House and the Joint Chiefs of Staff for help to get people out. The government. The fucking government, guys. They need help. Oh, we could go do that, but it's too tough. Can you guys go do that? We've had calls from inside the White House and the West Wing and the Joint Chiefs to get their people out. Mann said that it started with one Afghan commando he has been friends with since 2010, who even went through the U.S. Special Forces Qualifications, or Q course. Oh my God, that you can't trust them. See, they have the mark of the beast on them. The Afghan commando who applied for a special immigrant visa, SIV, to come to the United States 2 years ago, but has not yet been approved. Well, if he helped the American military that was there, that one I would feel a little bit more comfortable with. Just saying. When Kabul fell, Mann started receiving text messages from him. A small group consisting of veterans, a representative, Mike Waltz from Florida, staffer, ABC News reporter James Gordon Meek, a reporter with the last name Meek, how appropriate, and 2 active duty Green Berets joined together to get Afghan commandos out. He was hiding in his uncle's apartment like Anne Frank, and he figured, we've got to move him across the city. We've got to move him through the Taliban perimeter, and then we've got to get him up close to the guards without getting shot, Mann said. It details the specific mission that was there. It's not really terribly important to the story. All you need to know is that Task Force Pineapple grew from 5 people to 150 people all over the country and across the political spectrum. They're trying to do some fucking good in the world, okay? They aren't trying to seek credit for this. They aren't trying to pass the blame on anything. They realized that there was a failure up at the top, okay? Maybe the government's too big. Maybe it's too overarching. They can't go in there and they can't move around like the commandos they've been trained to be in order to just complete the mission, okay? That's fine, okay? They went in there. They did it. You don't know their names. You don't need to know their names. They just went in there and they got the fucking job done. And that is so fucking awesome. Okay, that this needed to get pointed out. But old Sleepy Joe needs to ultimately wear this one around his neck. I'm not going to let him forget. I know you guys aren't going to let him forget either. Majority of voters think Congress should investigate Biden's botched Afghanistan withdrawal. Oh, we'll get to that if we win the midterms. Yeah, go fuck yourselves. You guys should be putting this shit forward, okay? Oh, we're not going to impeach Biden. You fucking should, or you should be trying to hold him accountable on this one. The majority of voters want Congress to investigate President Joe Biden's botched Afghanistan withdrawal, according to Rasmussen poll released on Thursday, that also put his approval rating right at about 40% at this point. It's so bad for Joe. Literally, I wonder if those 81 million people got what they paid for. Other way around, though. The survey found that 62% of likely U.S. voters believe Congress should investigate how the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan was handled. 28% are against the congressional investigation, and 10% are stupid. Broken down by political affiliation, 80% are Republicans, 40, just about 50% of Democrats. Wow. So what, 40.5 million have regrets? That doesn't bode well for you, Joe. And 59% of unaffiliated, wow, 60%, that's impressive, think Congress should investigate the withdrawal, in which 13 troops were killed and hundreds of Americans were left behind for the private sector to go and get. President Joe Biden's strongest supporters are most likely to oppose an investigation. Yeah, and unfortunately they're in Congress and they're in the media, so nobody's going to hold them accountable on this one. But just know, there is an overwhelming sentiment out there that Joe Biden needs to be held accountable for this one. Will there be an investigation? Fuck no. They're still trying to talk about the January 6th insurrection instead of a real insurrection that took place in Afghanistan that led to the most embarrassing military defeat maybe ever, but we don't have all the information, and that's what they should be trying to get. Not hold it, not fucking dangle it as a carrot that, oh, if you vote for us in 2022, maybe we'll go ahead and investigate that once the body's fucking cold. But hey, it's about time you started adopting some of the policies of the left there. You know what? Never let a crisis go to waste. Biden should be hanging for this one. Not literally, politically speaking. But will he, though? Nah, probably just like the picture there. He'll just sleep and he'll wake up whenever he's prodded, give his 10-minute speech, and then just fucking back to the bunker. I'm sure he's having a lovely long weekend right now. Wouldn't want to wake him. I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.